I am back in the top 100k in FPL. But let's take a look to see how I deal with the Haaland situation, as well as some of the other hot transfers this game week. Now, of course, we're going to start with the goalkeeper and defence, but really quickly before we do so, I want to thank all of the new subscribers of the channel. I had a small personal goal I set myself of 50 subs before the new year, and we're only 2 subscribers away. So if you can see that button is not clicked and you are not subscribed to this channel just yet, please consider support me to reach that goal before the new year. But let's kick things off and start with the goalkeeper. Now, of course, Dubravka had a fantastic week last week, getting that clean sheet. Of course, you know, we don't really know the situation with the goalkeepers at Newcastle, because it could be the case that in January somebody comes in to take that spot off Dubravka, with Pope being injured for a long period of time. But I think for now we can enjoy having that cheap goalkeeper who starts for Newcastle, which is obviously a great defence. But yeah, no worries from me on behalf of Dubravka. I think, yes, the fixtures get difficult 2021, 22, but of course good fixtures after that. But let's just see what happens with Dubravka. I think we're all quite happy to hold him at the moment, and I think that'll continue till Newcastle pull that trigger and get a new goalkeeper. Let's just skim across the back line as well, because I think overall I'm really happy with who I've got. Gabriel, Colwill and Pedro Porro. Colwill getting a clean sheet last game week, amazing, and I'm hoping he can do that at Wolves away. Bit of a, I would say, more of a difficult fixture out of the ones he's got coming, but I have hope that there's a clean sheet there, especially with how hyped Chelsea's goalkeeper is to be playing as well with that Sanchez injury. I think it boosts them a little bit defensively, but you never know with Chelsea these days. I've just gone for the good fixtures and hopefully it pays off. It seems to be going quite well so far, but let's just see how that continues to progress. Pedro Porro, everyone wants him. Everyone's transferring him in. I had him 2 weeks prior to his big price boost and big interest boost, and I've got the points from them, so I'm really happy with the position I am in with him. Gabriel, Liverpool away. Yes, it's a difficult fixture, but I think it could be the week where Gehi, who is on the bench, as you can see, comes out of the team, and then Gabriel maybe drops to the bench and my defensive transfer comes in. Let's quickly talk about that possible transfer now. I don't know how you guys plan your FPL transfers. Maybe you do it on the day of deadline all the time. What I tend to do is every day, obviously I'm researching all the time for these videos, but I plan my team out according to the news we get. And Alex Moreno for Villa had his first start in a while and got 90 minutes. He also scored a goal. Now, if I put Alex Moreno in for Gehi, it means Gabriel can drop to the bench with that difficult fixture, and of course I will get a fantastic fixture for Alex Moreno with that Sheffield United at home fixture. Now, that fixture screams of a clean sheet, especially with how Aston Villa are playing, so you can't guarantee, but it's very likely that Alex Moreno gets a clean sheet. But the unlikely part of that is he going to start? Is he possibly going to rest? He's only just came back. Could it be possible that he drops back down to the bench? It's an easier fixture. Let's rest you up. You did really good the last game week, but let's give you a little rest and give you maybe 20 minutes to the end. That could be the way Emery goes about this, but in my head, I feel as though that transfer could be really important, especially that's like almost swing of fixtures that Arsenal have coming up. Yes, Gabriel, let's play now, but you know, Villa defenders swap quite kind of nicely there. I think it could be a good little transfer, but that's just in my head at the moment. I think it's great to hold on and maybe roll this week, but let's just see how that transfer could possibly play out. Now, my midfield, yet again, carries me in FPL. I think overall, I am extremely happy with my midfield. The only player, I say this almost every week, the only player I really don't rate too much in my midfield at the moment is Adingra. And he gets okay minutes, but he doesn't have the data. Yes, he's 5 million, and I understand I could get someone else in, but I just feel as though if he's playing and he's got decent fixtures, he might pop up with a goal. Really good differential in terms of the price and the team he plays for, but his numbers aren't fantastic, and I feel as though the subs are going to come in. He's going to start on the bench one of these days, and the points aren't going to be great. But for now, it's okay. I think we can survive a little bit longer. The only reason he's playing this week anyway is because of Haaland's blank and Guehi's bad fixture. It could be the case that Guehi again turns to Moreno, and then Guehi in a Dingra swap. But at the moment, he's starting in the team. I don't think it's a bad fixture. Crystal Palace, yes, got a great draw against City, but I don't know. It's hard to tell what Brighton are going to do and who they're going to play. And I think that's why I've only got, well, I do have two of those players, but Lamptey is purely there on a cost basis. He is not, obviously, one of the play-in players in my team. Adingra the same, 5 million. He's not one of the players that should be playing. He is a bench player, but I feel as though it's a decent enough team. It's a decent enough price, decent enough player. I think we're okay to keep him in, but yeah, I don't mind having Brighton players, but the pain of the rotation in that team is too much to own anyone else right now. So yeah, that's the weakness of the team this week in particular. I think everyone else in this team is absolutely fantastic, and that's why I'm so high ranked at the moment, because these players are honestly on fire. Palmer, just wow. He's so creative. The first half, when he played last game week, he really didn't get good numbers, but second half when he came out, oh my goodness, the data he was getting was just unbelievable, and I hope that continues. Yes, he's on penalties. Maybe when Nkunku comes in, Palmer steps off penalties, but I don't see why he would, if that makes sense. Palmer's a fantastic penalty taker. But yeah, Palmer fantastic. Gordon, like, who would have thought Anthony Gordon would be like one of the better FPL assets in midfield? From that Euros that he played, he is a completely different player. I used to laugh at my Newcastle friends, but like, why on earth have you spent that much on Gordon? Yes, he's young. Yes, he's English. That's why you're probably paying that price, but come on, he's rubbish. He's this, he's that. He's proved us all wrong. He is a fantastic asset in FPL, and in real life, what a player. What a player. Salah, Son, obviously they go away to Asia Cup and AFCON. Now's not the time to transfer them out. Decent-ish fixtures, both doing okay for their clubs, Son especially. So, yeah, I think midfield, there's not really anything I would change. I think Adingra's okay for the price you're paying. There's not really anyone else stand out-ish at that price. Overall, really happy. I think a lot of people would kill for my midfield at the moment, with some of the more expensive players blanking quite often. You could say Adingra or Bowen would be a really good shout, especially with how West Ham kind of play. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with how the team's looking at the moment. Let's quickly chat about the forwards, Watkins and Solanke. Now, Watkins has the best fixture hands down and will be the captain this game week. I suppose you could maybe look at Son and say home fixture, Everton, but Everton are in good form at the moment, and I don't really want to take the chance of putting that on Son when Watkins has such a good fixture. It could be the case that Aston Villa score 1 or 2 and kind of chill out and just take it easy at home, but it could be the other hand where they just go absolutely crazy and just score loads of goals, because Sheffield United at the end of the day are the worst team in the Premier League. I am so sorry if you support Sheffield United, because you are simply just not ready for the Premier League at the moment, and it really shows whenever I've watched a game. Hopefully in January you get some decent bits of business done and you can somehow stay up, but yeah, it's not looking good, bruv. Solanke, big debate whether he keeps his points from last week. In my opinion, he should keep at least his 6 points he gained and not the bonus, simply because the match wasn't finished. He scored the goals, he played those minutes. In my opinion, that's worthy of the points, but at the end of the day, the match is getting replayed, so I understand if he doesn't get the points. It is what it is. Awful situation. Yeah, that is the forwards, guys. Just a little recap on the transfers that could possibly happen this week. It could be the case Gahey is removed from the squad and Alex Moreno comes in, or another defender from Aston Villa. Depends how I'm feeling about minutes and likelihood of start. At the moment, Alex Moreno is at the front of the list. Him in, Gahey out. Gabriel would then drop to the bench, so I could have a decent starting three at my defence. Obviously, with Gabriel, with that difficult fixture of Liverpool away, it kind of makes sense to drop him to the bench. But obviously, I don't mind playing him if I want to roll that transfer. A Dingra could be moving on to the likes of a Bowen, but I'm overly not too sure on that transfer. I think fixtures considered, I think the other move slightly outweighs that a little bit and gets priority, but we don't know any details at the moment about injuries and etc. We're really early in the week, but that Thursday deadline is coming close. And do not forget, it is a Thursday deadline this week, so get your teams ready. A lot of my friends forgot about this Friday deadline that has just passed, so just be ready for that. It is Thursday. Plan your transfers ahead of time. That is the best advice I will ever give you. Plan your transfers ahead of time. This gives you a lot of peace of mind. Just chills you out. Yes, I want to try do that. Oh, I've just heard that information. Doesn't matter, I had this other plan. That is the best advice in FPL. Plan and you are just going to instantly improve in your ranks. That is everything for today's videos. Thank you so much for watching to this point now. If you haven't subscribed yet and you haven't liked the video, please go support me down below. It means a lot to me, and hopefully these videos are supporting you in your FPL journeys. But that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.